This you're not going to believe. The New York Public Library says that I took out Tropic of Cancer in 1971 and never returned it.
Do you know how much that comes to? That's a nickel a day for 20 years. It's gonna be $50,000.
It doesn't work like that.
If, like Jerry Seinfeld, you still haven't returned that library book you borrowed in 1971, prepare to be surprised by what you find when you do. With Conor Knighton, time to check out the library 2022.
On a recent Monday morning, the citizens of Kanawha County, West Virginia, came to check out a new chapter in the life of an old institution.
These are no longer warehouses of books. These are marketplaces of ideas. This is a community's living room.
After more than 2 years and $32 million in renovations, downtown Charleston's public library reopened to the public. Yeah! Inside, visitors discovered a brand new cafe, a tool lending library, an idea lab full of the latest technology. There was an excitement you could see and hear, which is exactly what the librarians were hoping for.
Librarians from time immemorial,
Are we beyond the age of shushing?
We're beyond the age of that, yeah.
Erica Connolly is the director of the Kanawha County Library. From podcasting booths to computerized sewing machines to augmented reality screens, the facility has been updated for the modern age.
Well, so I tell you what I'm not seeing here. I'm not seeing a ton of books.
Yeah, no. We have 3D machines, we have robotics, we have 3D pens.
While there are still plenty of books, the redesign allowed the staff to rethink how they were displayed.
It was more about the engagement, how we wanted our public to engage within the library. And it wasn't at the shelves. It wasn't just grabbing a book and then leaving. We wanted them to stay.
Across the country, library attendance has declined 21% from 2009 to 2019. But borrowing has actually increased. It's just moved online, as collections have shifted from physical to digital material. That's caused libraries to shift their thinking in terms of what might bring people through the doors.
Good morning, welcome. Good morning, welcome.
Austin Public Library Director Roosevelt Weeks begins each day greeting patrons as they enter the downtown branch.
Hey, boss, what's going on, man?
The 200,000 square foot building fills up fast.
I mean, you've been open for all of 9 minutes at this point, and it's bustling already.
It's always like that.
People come to Austin's library to play board games, video games, games of giant chess. Alongside the actual books, there are Chromebooks and MacBooks to check out. The teen area hosts jam sessions featuring the library's collection of guitars.
What do you think is the most unexpected physical item that you can check out at the library?
Seeds.
Seeds?
Yes, if you want to plant a garden, we have seeds that you can check out.
So that's not something you have to return, right? There's not late fees on seeds.
The return is, come show us what you got from your garden.
When Austin's Central Library opened in 2017, it instantly became a community hub. Visitation increased in subsequent years.
Were you here on opening day?
Oh gosh, I was here. It was one of the most glorious days of my life. You know, we had 17,000 people waiting to get into this building.
The building itself is part of the draw. Bright and open, full of spaces to lounge and meet, modern libraries are attempting to meet the needs of today while staying flexible for the future.
More and more of these libraries are being built so that they have very open floor plans. And I think part of that is that vision of long term. We don't know what the next thing might be.
Miguel Figueroa is the former director of the Center for the Future of Libraries.
It's really easy to think about the future as exclusively technological, and I think a lot of libraries are keeping pace with that. At the same time, I think we're starting to see that there's a really great future for these institutions as place. The value of having an open public place in your city, in your neighborhood.
In 2009, the city of San Francisco became the first in the country to hire a full-time social worker for its main library. Dozens of cities across the country have followed suit.
A lot of the social safety nets have been underfunded or removed. And unfortunately, that often means that there's a crunch on other public institutions like public libraries. They are very trusted institutions, and people feel welcome within them.
People like Andrew Constantino, who, for a time, was a daily visitor to the downtown Seattle library.
The library is like your grandmother's house. If you're homeless or living in poverty, that's exactly what it's like. When you are allowed to be at the library, whereas, if you're homeless, you're not allowed to be many places.
Years ago, Constantino was living on the Seattle streets and in shelters. The library was his refuge, a place to get out of the rain and get back on his feet.
You mentioned the importance of feeling welcome here. What was it like to not feel welcome elsewhere?
Oh, it sucks. It's like everywhere in our society, you have to buy access. If I want to use your bathroom, I have to buy a soda pop.
Public libraries are public, a place where everyone can come together. In one room, recent immigrants practice English. In another,
the upper left-hand corner of your
first-time computer users learn how to navigate the internet. The internet, an always-on, limitless hub of information, didn't replace libraries. It may have made them more essential.
The side effects of some of the technologies where we do become so focused in on online information or online discourse that we forget how to connect with other people. Libraries retrain you, I think, to be a member of a public, to be part of the civic discourse.
While COVID made those connections challenging, most libraries closed during the height of the pandemic, there's been a recent slew of grand openings. Newly renovated libraries have popped up everywhere from Flint, Michigan to Fayetteville, Arkansas, from Spokane, Washington to Washington, D.C.
I really think that far from any idea that some people might have that the library is somehow obsolescent, or irrelevant, it's actually the opposite. I think that our society as a whole needs more institutions and public areas that are like the library. It's much more a model for how we should treat other people than just an artifact of the past.